Well,
Welcome,
hello,
welcome, welcome.
hello, and welcome to the Master's Table. Thank you for joining us today. I say it every time. We got a great dish.
Yeah, we got a good dish today. We had a request.
Somewhat healthy.
No,
Well, it's got vegetables
Well,
in
yeah,
it.
it's got vegetables in it. It's got potatoes and
I guess it depends on what
onions
you
and
call healthy.
carrots, whatever else you want to put in it. But
Yep.
this is one of those hearty. I mean, it seems like people have been asking us about these traditional Southern food or whatever. So we're doing a pot roast today. This is a chuck roast. We're gonna get this thing seared up. You turn that down just a little bit before it starts smoking too much. We're trying to get the pot heated up, but we're gonna sear this a little bit. We're gonna throw in a few vegetables. I guess we'll say this is one of our crock pot series recipes because this is going to be a slow cooker. I'll talk about how you can do this in your Dutch oven. You can cook it in your oven if you want to, Miss Cleveland. But the different ways to prepare it. I know you probably cook yours different than mine, and I can promise you I think I'd be safe to say that you probably haven't cooked it this way before. Chuck roast, potatoes, carrots, stock. We got all kind of good stuff. You got it smoking up in the kitchen. But when there's smoke, it's always something good.
When there's smoke, there's fire.
Join us. Come right back on the Master's Table.
All right, welcome back. We're going to get started on this traditional pot roast.
This ain't traditional day. It's going to be Southern style, but this one right here ain't traditional.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
See, y'all going to scratch your head a little bit, and you're going to say, what are you putting in there? But this is one of those things you're going to have to trust me. You're going to have to trust the process today. This is some of those things that you say, that don't go together.
I don't trust nobody but God.
But it does. Well, I don't either. When it gets past God, I don't trust anybody no farther than I can throw a F-350. I don't trust nobody.
I know a lot of ladies out there probably do cook this. I mean, this really is a traditional dish, a pot roast, because it's so easy. You can just throw it in the crock pot and put the vegetables in there and let it cook all day.
Yeah.
But this is going to be evidently a little bit different.
This is going to be a little bit different. So I got to hurry up because I got some stuff I got to get to right here because we got to get this thing seared. I almost said we were starting to smoke a while ago. We're going to get it back over here because we want to bring that up. So I'm going to go ahead and put you, this is probably a generous 2 tablespoons of oil. I generally pour it out of that, but I was just trying to do prim and proper today so you wouldn't get on to me. But what I want to talk about is this start a show right here. This is a chuck roast. I think the recipe says between 3 and 5 pounds. I really don't. I didn't even look at the package. It's probably a good 4 pounds or so. But what I want to do is season this before we put it in here. And what I'm going to go over these with you as I'm putting them on. This is paprika, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on both sides. We just want to season this, and I like to pat it. Y'all can use rub or whatever you want to do. But I like to pat it in. This is some black pepper. Just everything that you got, and I'm going to save just a little bit for the other side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. We got salt. Dr. Morrell, don't look. Don't say nothing when I come back in. Cooking this for somebody else. We got onion and garlic. They both look the same, so I ain't going to say which one this is. They both look the same. We're just patting this in. This build a little bit of flavor. This is either the onion or the garlic. I think that was the garlic. I think I smelled it a little bit. This is a little bit of chili powder. That's got a few little clumps in. Let me mash them up just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're going to put just a little bit. I know. Y'all just trust me. We're just going to pat it in, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, this is the
smoking again.
Little bit of, we just let it do its thing. We're going to put just a little bit of brown sugar, and we're going to pat that. And to top that off, we're going to put a little bit of flour.
I don't think I've ever put chili powder or brown sugar.
That's really what I say. This is Master's Table style. And let me just repeat this process on this side. We just put what we got left right here. We're just going to continue to pat. And all the ingredients will be on the screen at some point. But look, measure with your heart. If you don't like some of this stuff, you really don't have to put it on there if you don't want to. But I love all this good stuff. I know, Tina, I know you said your pot's hot over there, but just let it come on up. We want it hot. 'Cause we want to see what we want is a good sear. We want a good sear on this before we put it in the crock pot. We're just already creating a lot of flavor right here. We're gonna put just a little bit more of that brown sugar. I know you say, you're putting brown sugar on the roast.
Brown sugar's good.
Brown sugar good on
I'm not
everything.
arguing with that.
And then a little bit more flour, we just want to help it brown just a little bit. I know this is I know a lot of people scratch their head when they look at this, but just trust me. Trust all these flavors. Now, we're going to do that. I'm going to do it one more time because I got a little bit of loose right there. Do it one more again. One more again right there. Okay, Miss Cleveland, you ready for it?
Yep.
There it is. And we're not trying to cook this. All we're trying to do is just get a little sear on this. Get a sear started.
That means not touch it. Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it. We want to let it brown just a little bit. I'll go ahead and move this over here out of the way. Rinse my hands off so the food police won't get on to me. But we just want to get a little bit of just a little brown, just a little color on that side. And I went ahead and I've cut up a few of these potatoes. I've chopped some potatoes, and I got some carrot. I left some of this stuff out here. I went ahead and prepped some of this because I know y'all cook more than I do, and I don't have to tell you how to peel and cut up carrots, but I do want to show you that I did kind of cut these up big. I didn't slice them up real little. And the recipe didn't even call for celery, but I was cutting up some celery, so I'm gonna put just a little bit in there, just enough to get a little bit of crunch. Just kind of going over these ingredients while that's getting ready. We got some thyme and some rosemary. Tina don't like for me to put the grass in, but it's just flavor. And I'm gonna, like I say, I'll go ahead and probably start mixing this up while that's getting a sear. I'll get us a fork. Take that little. I think we can handle it with that fork right there when we get ready to turn it. But what I want to talk about just for a second is what we're gonna do right here. First of all, I want to talk about how good God is. He's good all the time, ain't he, Miss Cleveland? He's been better to me than I deserve. I thank God for him. I thank God for the opportunity to be here today, and not only to be able to cook food, but to have an appetite to eat it when we get done.
Yep.
He's good. God's opened so many doors.
Got no problem right there.
I had to brag on him a little bit. God's done a lot for us lately, and I just have to give him thanks and honor and glory for everything that he continues to do.
Yep.
Now, what we're going to do right here, Lord, just help me get through this, Narang. And I know some people are still scratching their head right here about this recipe. We're going to start with just I got some beef broth. This is 2 cups of beef broth. And you can put them in no particular order. You can put them in however you want to. And I mixed this up for some powder, so I want to make sure I get all the good off the bottom. Set that over there out of the way. And then a cup of chicken broth. And y'all know me, I'm all about that fresh garlic. I don't even think I put garlic in the recipe. Add you 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. I seen the garlic in the bag, and I was telling Tina, I said, where's the garlic press at? So, matter of fact, I think I can get 2 of these in there. Like I say, we want to let that just continue to do its thing right there, Miss Cleveland. We just want to get a good sear, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drop this in. We're just building a little bit of flavor in the bottom of this pot right here before we put that roast in. So we'll do that. I'll drop these potatoes in just a minute. So now we're gonna put just about a dash, maybe a teaspoon, half tablespoon, maybe, just measure with your heart, whatever you like. Just a little bit of soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce. I know you done said with all the other stuff, well, Lord, have mercy, what you putting in there?
You ain't got to put difference now.
A little bit of pepper. This is just, like I say, we've seasoned that. Yeah, it might be getting close. Let's see what it looks like. You won't turn it, or you want me to?
I mean, I'll turn it if I got a fork.
Let's give it about another minute. Give it about a minute. There's your fork. You said you want a fork. There it is.
Stick a fork in done.
Look, my knife is bigger than your fork. But anyway, like I said, I want to put a little bit more. Got me size track talking about. I know. It don't take much. And just a little bit of the all-purpose. This is just the same thing we put on there. We're just seasoning this just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're just going to get it right there where we want it. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more water, but I always like to put just a little bit of this beef bouillon paste, just for a little bit of added flavor. We're going to put about a heavy teaspoon of that. This is just a richness to give a little bit more color. And I'm not really so much worried about the color as I am of the taste, Miss Cleveland. So we put about a teaspoon of that. We just mix this in. We're just getting it ready. This simple crock pot recipe. This is dump and go. I tell you, like I always tell y'all, is go ahead and stage your ingredients, get everything about 95% ready. And then that way, when it comes time, you just dump it all in and turn that thing on and walk away and walk back, and the whole house is smelling good. So we got that going.
The best thing about this recipe?
What?
The days after.
Oh,
when
yeah.
You make a roast sandwich with mayonnaise on it.
I felt something. I felt something right there. Make me go to church here in a minute. Boy, I felt something all over that. No, you're right. You're right. You're exactly right, Miss Cleveland. It is. It's a lot of these dishes are always better the day after.
Yep.
And you know, I got to sneak just a little bit of, y'all know me, the Creole. Got to have just a little taste of that. So now we got our, we'll call it our stock or our stew ready for this pot roast. Like I say, you just want to get it, and I know, well, you done burnt. No, it's not burnt, and we're not trying to cook this. We're just getting some flavor. We're getting that color on the outside and getting just a little bit of flavor. And we're just searing it up. Boy, it's looking pretty good. Give it one more minute. Give it one more minute, Miss Cleveland. And like I said, we got potatoes that's ready. I'm gonna say I may cut up that other one. I don't know if I need it or not. We'll see how much this pot will hold. I like a lot of potatoes in mine. You can put as many. I think it calls for a couple of pounds of potatoes and maybe a couple of pounds of carrots. But measure with your heart. How much do you like? So
how many people you feeding?
Well, that's true. That's right. That's right. You know, it's kind of like Daddy used to say, Mama would fix a big pot of beans, and I would go in there and I'd take that spoon, that slotted spoon, and get beans out. And Daddy say, put that spoon down. You better get some of that juice too. Daddy didn't want us to eat all the beans and not get that of the juice. So it's kind of the same thing. We're gonna put the roast in there, but you got to get a little bit of all of it. So.
Yeah.
And this all makes it good. I mean, it's good. This one's easy, simple. You can actually you can put this on if you had time in the morning to sear this. If you went ahead and prepped your vegetables at night, right? You get ready to go to work. You could pop this thing on low. Right when you was walking out the door, throw this in there and put it on low, and it would be done when you get home. But normally, you know, you could probably on high. I would say, according to the roast size. I mean, then again, you may have to stick it with. Well, you ain't gonna have to stick this one on meat thermometer. It's gonna be done, but I would say let it go a good 4 hours, maybe 5 hours on high, and then it's gonna be falling all to pieces. It'll be good. So that being said, Miss Cleveland, you think that's you think it's about seared up enough?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks just right. That looks just right.
You can put it in there.
All right, let me give this one more. Let me give this one more stir. Let me give this one more stir right here. Yeah, I'll add it in there. We're gonna add a little more water. We just got this bottom. I just didn't want to lay it right in on the bottom. We're gonna give that one more little stir right there, and I'll take that
out of the way.
I'll take your fork. I'll just move that over there a little closer. If I was at home, you know what I do? I just slap that thing up in there. Look at that, Miss Clinton. See, that's a good char on that side. We'll just put that in there. That pepper's burning my eye too. Woo. Everything. All right, turn it loose. All right, there it is. So now we're just gonna go ahead and build the rest of this up. Now, like I said, we may have to add a little more water. But it's just a really, you know, it's a corn cook. I'm gonna give you a little pro tip at the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you we're gonna thicken this after this cooks. After this cooks and it's well done, when we get ready to take it out and plate it up, we're gonna take the roasting potatoes out and we're gonna do a little something to thicken this gravy up. So, you ready for that, Miss Cleveland? You ready for some potatoes? All right, we're gonna throw just we're gonna throw just a couple of potatoes in here. And like I say, then again, I hate to say it all the time, like I say, but this is your recipe. You cooking this the way you like it. You cooking it for your family, and I want you to do it like you want it done. So, with that being said, I'm gonna continue to pile some potatoes in here, Miss Cleveland. I like the potato. I like the potatoes as much as I do the roast, actually. And I think it'll take that other one. I think I'll chop that other one up, and I may even cut us an onion and put it in there too.
Yeah, that gives it good flavor.
Yeah, 'cause see, I mean, and then again, it's all optional. Used to, I would never eat a raw onion. I just wanted them cooked, but I kind of got where I eat them a little bit more now. But I've always loved the cooked onions because then again, there's a lot of flavor. And these potatoes, like I say, just dice them down. If you like, I like a big bite size in mine. So we're gonna go ahead and put these chunks in there, and then we'll come back and put us. Just trying to leave us a little bit of a hole right there in the middle. And then we're gonna come back with these carrots. And like I say, I went ahead and pre-cut these. I mean, you see what I started with. Some of them was a little bit bigger than the other ones, but I ain't figured I needed to show you how to peel them.
No, but you can buy the ones that's already cut. They're smaller, but you know.
Yeah, you can get those. But you know what? You can get the big bag of them like this.
Cheaper.
It's a lot cheaper, yeah. And you know those little ones, they call them those like the little bitty ones like this is already peeled. They call them what, petite carrots or whatever I don't know what they call
them. Little carrots.
I just call them little carrots. But you know, really and truthfully, a guy told me one time how much truth was behind this. So don't go say Brother Frankie said this, but he told me, he said a lot of times that is the broke and the end pieces and all those, and so they just cut them down little, and you think you're getting a premium something, and you're just getting a leftover. You're just getting a scrap. So, but you know, even if it is a scrap, it's all good. Look, we're about to fill this thing up.
I know it. I don't think there's room for that celery.
Oh, it is. Look here, Miss Cleveland. Look, that's the reason why I left a hole right in the middle. You don't got to eat it if you don't want to.
I'm going to have to tell my friend Larry.
No, don't tell him on me. Brother Larry coming to preach for me real soon. So I'm going to call him before you tell him. All right. I kind of like that, but I do want to put a little more water. I think I want to put just a little bit more water in that, Tina. We're going to... And I'm going to tell you how hard this other was. Tell them how hard that rice was to cook. We're going to pair this with some rice today. This right here will pair with... you could pair this with creamed potatoes. I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm going to put just a little bit more. I like a lot of juice. We're going to make that gravy. We're going to make this gravy at the end. But Tina worked hard on that rice. She worked real. She took that rice and put it in a bowl and put some water and put it in the microwave. That's what she did. Matter of fact, means you look at me so mean, I'm putting all that celery in there. And the recipe don't even call for it. I just like it. And you don't even like it. What I'm going to do with you. What you think about that?
It's pretty.
It looks good, don't it? I think it needs just a little pinch of salt.
Now, you know there's different variations of you know how remember how I used to cook mine?
What?
The roast, what I used to put in it. Yeah. If it's a crock pot recipe, I can do it. When you just throw things in there, that's what I like.
Oh, bless the Lord.
And I'm sure a lot of people use the cream of chicken soup.
Yeah.
And a can of mushroom soup, because that makes the gravy.
You know, the last one we cooked, we done that. We put the...
Yeah.
It's really good. At the big box store, I bought that big flat of the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken. And a lot of times when I would cook it, but I just kind of wanted to stay to the authentic, homemade, like Granny used to say, because Granny didn't have no cream of chicken and no cream of mushroom. Now, here's your favorite stuff. This is just a branch of rosemary and just a little bit of thyme. And you don't have to eat the grass.
I know, we'll take that out.
Yeah, well, it's just flavor. We're going to put it right there and let it do its thing. What you think?
It smells good.
It is good. It's real good. That's good stuff right there. Okay, let me go ahead and... Yeah, I got that plugged up. I want to make sure we're going to set it over here and got it plugged up. So, we're going to...
You don't have a crock pot? Everybody needs a crock pot. I mean, because you can cook anything in there.
Yeah, I upgraded a while back to a couple of these. They had them on sale at one of the box stores. And I got two of them and got two the carrying cases. But I did have the one that just got the dial on the front. And you had to set a timer on it. I mean, you had to set a timer when you started cooking. But this one's even got a...
Yeah, and they're not very expensive.
I don't even know if I know how to use it. I think, yeah, it was on sale for like maybe $30 or so, 20-something.
I mean, you can cook desserts.
So we don't want to go, we're going to go, I want to go high. Oh, okay, mode. Okay, there's the button, Tina. All right, there's 4 hours. I'll start this at 4 hours on high. I got a top over here somewhere. And remind me, that's what I'm going to talk about. We was talking about tip. We always like to try to give you some kind of tip of the day.
Well, that's your tip. You need a crock pot.
Well, yeah, tip is get your crock pot. But I'm going to give you a tip about a crock pot. Y'all heard me say it before, but I'm going to talk about that when we...
Well, before we go, are you done with that? You done with everything?
Well,
Before we go to break, I just want to say thank you. We've had a lot of people email and send us messages and just want recipes and send encouraging words, and that really means a lot. We really appreciate that.
We cooked one a while back, and I forgot what it was for Miss Christina here at the station. It was
What was the name? Let's see. What was the name of that?
I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. But it was like a roast. Yeah, like a curry. Yeah, it was cooked in a similar manner, just a few different ingredients in it.
Yeah.
But this is, like I said, this is simple. This is something that, I mean,
Well, like I said, this is a meal you can probably live off of.
Even you can do this.
For 3 or 4 days, and then you got the roast left over, and then you can make sandwiches with mayonnaise on it.
You didn't say you could eat on it for, you said you could live off of that for 3.
You can. You can live off that.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. But like I said, somebody asked us about this chuck roast, a recipe. Now we're gonna do some recipes in some future episodes of some people that did reach out to us, and that's what we want to do. I got a email again the other day about another recipe. So if you want a recipe, or if you have your favorite recipe and you want us to cook it right here on the master's table, we would love to do that. We'll always cook what you ask. It may take us a minute to get to it, but you reach out to me and tell me what you want, and I can probably give you a good idea when it may air. A lot of times we know when the episodes, and I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, we might be live today. I don't know.
Oh, Lord, I hope not.
I mean, no, I didn't say a live. I said live. Miss Cleveland, you think your rice is done?
I doubt it.
You don't think it's done?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna set it over here because we're gonna get ready. We're gonna plate this up here just a little bit. But what I want to talk about though is seriously. When we get done, like I told you a while ago, we're gonna plate this. I'm gonna probably clean that pan during break and take the roast out and the potatoes and stuff. And I'm gonna show you how to thicken this gravy. Make a gravy. Like I say, it's gonna be a gravy, but we're gonna show you how to thicken it with a little bit of cornstarch and some water. So, you up to that? You think you can handle that?
I don't know. Did Larry show you how to do that?
Yeah, he shows me how to do everything. I'm talking about everything. As a matter of fact, no, I don't even know. Here, no, that's dirty too. Tonight I'm gonna need a little bitty. I'll get one when we go to break in a minute. I'm gonna need a little small.
But you see how easy this is? I mean, that's pretty quick. If you do your vegetables and stuff the night before, and then you literally just.
You know what?
Brown the roast and throw everything in there and let it cook. What'd you say? How long?
Well, we're gonna cook this. I'm gonna check it at 4 hours. Oh, it's on high. I'm gonna check it at 4 hours and see. And I think it's gonna be plenty done in 4 hours. So you done got me all messed up. I want to put an onion in there, and you done messed with me, and I ain't got my onion cut up. I'll do with you.
You are your own person.
Just wait. She's trying to show out today, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be talking to me later off air and talking about, I was just kidding. It was just joke, Frank. I was just playing. Oh, my goodness. We have a lot of fun.
Yes.
We probably have too much fun sometimes. Now, this onion, I'm just going to quarter this about 4 pieces. Yeah, I'm just going to drop it in there. You can't mess up a cooked onion. That thing right there's going to be good. Watch this.
That gives it flavor, too.
But what I just done is what I'm going to talk about for your tip. Don't let me forget. I'm going to talk about this crock pot for the tip. I told you, don't let me forget. I can't remember nothing. At least you said I can't anyway. All right, there's your onion. My onion.
Onion. All right, well, let's let that cook for just a little bit. And when we come back, we're going to have the tip of the day, and we'll see how this turned out. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Right here at the master's table. Well, welcome back. We're ready to get this going. I told y'all I had a tip of the day. I'm gonna give you this tip quick. I don't want to leave Tina some time. When you're working with a crock pot, when you put this in there and start, and that thing's still hot. It's still on because we just took this out. We just took this out and I got this plated up and got it ready. But when you're working with a crock pot, don't touch it first of all. That's the best pro tip. But what I want to tell you, once you put the top on and start cooking, don't remove the top because you're taking away from your cooking time. So I was always told once you take the top off, allow 30 minutes for it to heat back up.
I didn't even know that.
That's your pro tip of the day. Leave the top. If you're looking, you ain't cooking. Now, I strained this with this strainer. I took all the potatoes, carrots, meat out, put it in there. I put this and strained it. And what I've got is equal parts cornstarch and water. It's 3 and 3, or maybe it's even 4 and 4. But what we want to do is thicken this just a little bit. So I'm going to just dump that in there. And you can just about watch the magic happen before your eyes, Tina. So I'm going to stir this in and thicken this up a little bit. And you can go ahead and give us your verse of the day. But you got your pro tip. Don't touch the crock pot and leave the top on it, amen?
All right, your verse of the day, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. We've got to put our trust in God and none of the earthly things. If you do, I promise He'll take care of you. And
Always.
Always. And it's just that test of faith. I mean, you got to trust Him.
This will be the second time I done said it today. I done seen God do too much. That's the reason why I shout the way I do.
Speak from experience. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go ahead and put just a little bit of this on. This thickens it up just a little bit, so it's just not quite as watery. But you know, I like it watery too, though. But I want it just a little bit thicker than what it was.
Good.
Now, don't that look good?
Yep.
And see, it was so good. See, I even put you a spoon in there.
Yeah, I saw you sneaking. I don't want to.
I even put you a spoon in there.
All right, join us next time on the Master's Table. God bless you.